Think of that smartphone in your hand right now, not as a piece of tech, but as a form of impossible sorcery to someone living 1,000 years ago. Now shift your perspective. What if, in the most remote corners of our world, on the dusty shelves of our museums, or buried deep within the strata of the earth, there are objects that simply do not belong? Imagine modern archaeology uncovering a flawless metal gear inside a 300-million-year-old coal seam. Could someone have dropped a machine part into that mire before the dinosaurs even walked the earth? We look back and see history as a straight line, but the ground beneath our feet screams with the echoes of imagination, suggesting that time is a cycle, and that visitors from the future have left their fingerprints behind. Today we descend into the darkness of 6 pieces of evidence that shatter historical logic. Because some things were never meant to be there. The progression of human history appears remarkably clean and orderly. The Stone Age, the Bronze Age, the Industrial Revolution. Everything follows a sequence. However, there are OOPArts, out-of-place artifacts, that tear this peaceful tableau to shreds. These objects are so sophisticated, so high-tech, that it seems impossible for our ancestors to have created them. The real problem? These items are sealed within the hearts of rocks millions of years old. It's as if someone arrived from the future, left something behind, and froze those traces within the layers of time. This is where the wonder turns unsettling, because the existence of these objects turns everything we know into a lie. Our first piece of evidence is the famous aluminum gear, found in a remote region of Russia, dated back 300 million years. Pure aluminum does not occur in nature. Extracting it requires massive industrial facilities and high-voltage electricity. Yet this piece was there before the first land animals even emerged. This isn't just a scrap of metal. It is a tear in the fabric of time. If no one existed 300 million years ago, how did a precision-engineered machine part get there? Was it dropped? Or was a time traveler there to build the past? The tension rises when we look at the walls of the Abydos temple in ancient Egypt. The figures carved into those stones thousands of years ago aren't mere hieroglyphs. They are unmistakably modern: a helicopter, a tank, and a submarine. It gets worse. These depictions were carved 3,000 years before such vehicles were invented. Did the Egyptians see the future? Or did a craft from the future land near their temples? While skeptics point to palimpsest, overlapping inscriptions, your eyes tell you a different story. Modern war machines stand in formation on ancient stone, staring back at you. Let's broaden the scale and push the limits of physics. Found in a shipwreck at the turn of the 20th century, the Antikythera Mechanism is the world's first analog computer. Its gear system is so complex that even modern horologists marvel at its precision. The catch? When this device was built, humanity was supposedly struggling with basic agricultural tools. This device could calculate stellar positions and solar eclipses in seconds. It's as if someone took a millennium's worth of technological evolution, put it in a box, and handed it to the ancient Greeks. There is no safe explanation. Either they were vastly more intelligent than we credit them, or someone gave them the answers. Moving into biological and archaeological anomalies. In 2008, a 400-year-old sealed Ming Dynasty tomb was opened in China. As archaeologists cleared the soil, they found something shocking: a tiny metal ring watch. It was engraved with the word Swiss, and its hands were frozen at 10:06. But the Swiss watch industry wouldn't be founded until centuries after that tomb was sealed. Was this tiny trinket a piece of spare change fallen from a time traveler's pocket? How could something that didn't exist when the tomb was closed appear inside centuries later? Here, the linear flow of time ties itself into a knot. We continue with a cosmic hidden danger: the vitrified remains of Mohenjo-Daro. In this ancient city in Pakistan, archaeologists found skeletons of people holding hands in the streets, killed instantly. The city was wiped out in a flash. But the terrifying detail is that the rocks and sand had turned to glass. a process that requires temperatures of roughly 1,500 degrees Celsius, typical of a nuclear blast. Was there a nuclear war thousands of years ago? Or did the accidental discharge of a futuristic weapon erase a civilization? Radiation levels remain measurable to this day. This isn't an ancient myth. It is the bloody signature of future power written in the past. Finally, the most personal evidence. A film frame from the 1930s, or an old photograph showing a man holding a modern smartphone, oblivious to those around him. His clothes don't match the era. His haircut is contemporary. He isn't just an extra, he is a paradox. Ever since cameras were invented, people who shouldn't be there have been leaking into the frames. Are they tourists? Or observers sent to watch the flow of history? This evidence whispers a single truth. The history we know might just be a fairy tale told to keep us grounded. The fabric of the universe is perhaps far more porous than we imagine. Those from the future were here. They are here now. And perhaps they are standing right behind you as you read these words. The reality is, we are not the masters of time. We are merely its victims. Perhaps what we call the past is nothing more than a dusty carbon copy of a future we haven't lived yet. The universe was never built for us. We are just blind passengers, lost in our own timeline, searching for clues among forgotten evidence.